Boom, boom, boom. So, let's see. There we go. It's become night, so it's the second day of the week, according to the Bible, where the day started at sunset. Anyway, you know, I wish I knew what I know now, 19 years ago, when the itch in my tip of my penis began. And I went to the doctors, those incompetent white coat murderers. And what a trip, I guess. If these people were competent, and actually had some, you know, yeah, well, competence, they could have rightly diagnosed me and actually fixed my issue. They could have instructed me in the right direction. Instead, they they ended up giving me psychotropic drugs because I was kind of sad because of my issues. Now I had two issues down below the belt that I've been fighting for many years, and one was the itch. So, if I knew what I know now, 19 years ago, I could probably have stopped the progression. I think I could probably have stopped the progression of this thing, which I think is Candida albicans. Apparently, Candida albicans is as I understand it, the primary infection of fungus in man, and it's not really widely accepted by the white coat butchers in regards of that people could actually have it in a deeper level. The thing is, the itch that was on my tip of my penis was most likely Candida albicans. I got some in the beginning. I actually did get some creams, antifungal creams. So I guess the doctors were actually, in some sense, in the right direction at that point. But when that didn't work, they just didn't know what to do. And what then to do? Well, to put the guy on psychotropic drugs, apparently. The happy pills, because, at that time, they threw them to the left and the right. I guess, I'm not sure what they're doing now, because they're giving people a lot of stupidity things and all that. Yeah, but because it didn't get treated, because the issue didn't get treated down there, it began to spread. I could feel it go up to my body. Now, it's not the itch. It's like a feeling. I could feel it like moving up through my body until it pretty much, I remember when it hit here, I was like, okay, I was trying to figure out what it was. And in my youth, I just didn't know what it was. I have no idea how I could fix it, tried different things and all that. Nothing really worked. I was drinking way too much alcohol. I was smoking. I don't know how that, but every single thing. I think primarily the alcohol. Now, of course, in regards to the gut flora and all that, there's probably some antibiotics as well. So I could actually have started the ball rolling, earlier, much earlier actually. But in any case, yeah. But I think it could have been stopped if I just have had the right information that these white coat, Latin spouters should have been able to give me. So, and again, they were in the right direction in the beginning in regards of fungal creams and all that. Apparently, one of the creams that I used down there, I was told by one of these other doctors that I should never ever have used down there. Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know that you actually, tell me to put it down there, and then by another doctor saying, oh, you shouldn't have used that. You shouldn't. Oh my. How incompetent are you people, if the doctors was as incompetent as the to their thing as as if they were in the profession of an electrician and they was incompetent to that field as they were in regards to the electrician, they would have been fired like that. Who's going to have an electrician that can't even fix a bulb in the lamp? Change the Any case, so apparently they don't learn much about diet. And I don't remember anyone telling me to change my diet at all. So anyway, going back to the meat, that was the whole idea, the meat diet. The meat diet, only eating meat, has pretty much been the best thing that had worked for me. No, I'm not cured, far from it. But if anything have done something good for me, and the thing is, I went on this vegetarian bullshit and all that, and pretty much just fed the fungus, and things became worse. But anyway, the best thing that I have found, after trying a lot of things out and all that, it's the meat diet. Pretty much just eating meat. Has pretty much, it can, the itch that makes you, want to bang your head in the wall because it's so frustrating and so itchy and so forward. It's like you're going wild, it's just, and you're near ready to chop your penis off, Of course, you think about it and you think, no, that's probably not a good idea, but, you're thinking, maybe that, maybe. Any case, it's just terrible. It's utter terrible, this itch and all that. And primarily, the primary thing that has worked for me in regards to that issue, now I have other issues and all that, but the primary issue that pretty much have done like from an 8 to a 10, which, the highest of, down to a 0 to a 2, is eating primarily only meat. Now, I'm still trying different other things and all that, but in regards to, that's pretty much, it seems like when you begin to eat other things as well, it might stir things up again. It's just, so, having, I can pretty much control that by, if I want to, if I figure out something, I can just eat only meat. And then it will, at least, make that issue. Now, of course, I have other issues and all that, but, and I did the stupidity after finding out in regards to the meat. I fell into the bakery, in some sense, I went to the bakery 5 days in a row, and I was feeding the fungus. That was the most stupid thing that I could have done. But apparently, the doctors try to make you think that it's all in your head. It's just all in your head. You're just making all these things up and this and that. And they're not really, they just, throwing you to the, the shrink or, spoon, that wants to spoon feed you with psychotropic drugs. That absolutely won't help. If anything, it will make it worse. But of course, this incompetent system is just pretty much diabolical and totally incompetent. In any case, I went to the bakery 5 days, and 2 of the times I also bought some sugary things and all that. That's, I'm really regretting that I did that. I don't know what I was thinking. How stupid could I be? Here I found out that I could just eat meat, and pretty much I could get, the itch down so on a really low level, which was really, it's like, oh, it's really wonderful to just have, release, you don't have anything, it's just, anyway. So, now of course it didn't solve the issue overall. This fungus is still roaming around my body and making havoc to me, and will, who knows, maybe take me to the grave. That's a pretty good possibility, I don't know if I can kill this bugger, and there's no help from anyone pretty much, So, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. There is actually people out there having the same issues as I have on, different symptoms and all that, some of the same and all, but it's like a fingerprint for everybody having the issues because the fungus can do a lot of things and a lot of different, yeah, so it's, anyway, yeah. So, yeah, just, if anyone, have the itch down there, and the doctors can't help them or whatever, and they want to put them on psychotropic drugs and all that, try the meat diet. I don't understand why you people out there, if you're just like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't eat meat and all that bullshit, and all these deceptions and lies about this and that, and meat is bad and whatever bullshit you can give and all that. That rots in the gut and what. It's just incredible. Anyway, meat has been the best thing that I've found of any food source. Any red meat. Either cow or sheep. Usually I eat cow. This is, meat. Meat. I'm still trying to fix some antifungals into these things and all that. But it just seems like I actually got the best results by only meat, And so the foundation, that's, I still have a lot of things to try out and all that. And I don't know if, I had the explosion and now it's pretty much in my, I can feel it in my face, the itching, the warmth and the crawling, just. And that was just because I was so stupid to go to the bakery when I think pretty much what happened, and that's the idea that I have. Releasing a lot of babies after feeding this monster. It also released a lot of mycotoxins as well because it wants its babies to live, right? Anyway, you have many levels. Remember, it's just people. Only if they have cancer or HIV, as to say that when people are pretty much on the end of their rope, then they accept that you issue because we are giving food that feeds fungus, that actually promotes fungus. Our ways of, drinking habits are really bad. It's like the whole society in some sense is just sources, Raw milk, right? Raw milk is, it's the devil of the devil, right? It's just, be careful of drinking raw milk. You might die. Yeah? A natural food source. Of course, we have to ruin it on every single level. Just, good enough. Maybe you're feeding them unnatural food. Maybe you're giving them antibiotics. Maybe you're stuffing them in the box, all of them, so they have problems in regards to sickness. And then the white gold that comes out, the good bacteria, and so forward and all that, and then we sell it to the people. This world has to be kidding me. It is so diabolical. And we don't see it. They begin to search, what is going on? Why am I sick? What is the cause? The world wants to make you a nutcase, while the cause is fungus. And the world doesn't want to know about the fungus, the fungi. Anyway, they have so much focus on the bacteria and all that. It's just, anyway. So, if you have a problem, you might actually have other health problems. Who knows? Try the meat diet. Try the meat diet. You don't have anything to lose. Only meat and water. Problems. Just get all the bullshit foods out of you and just get on the meat and try it out. If you have any problems, who knows if it will fix it. Now, as the things down there below, and that's very wonderful. Another thing that is a wonderful thing that I wouldn't live without. Well, yeah, it is a bidet, I think it's called. And what does it do? It shoots water up your butthole. It's a wonderful thing. It is gold and it's cheap. And if you're only eating meat, then it's just, yeah, it cleans your hole down there, and it's very good. I'm still having, but this is just gold. Absolutely gold. It is shooting some, a really powerful spray up your butthole, and it cleans you out so wonderful. It's you can see let's see here. You can see my toilet there, and then it's hanging there. So when you sit on the throne, you can just get out and you take it down there, and I guess a little practice and all that. And of course in Denmark in the winter it's kind of cold, but you just better cold fat. See if you can get some tallow. Now in Denmark it's near to impossible to get tallow, and of course we don't want tallow from an animal that is slaughtered to Satan, of course. And a lot of the meat in Denmark and apparently the Western nations are now slaughtered to Allah. It is we don't want to be defiled by food sacrificed to a false god. I have no idea why the Western countries would begin to slaughter meat to Satan. Western. Anyway, in any case, if you have any problems, I'm not saying it will work, but it's worth a try. I don't know what you have of issues and all that. But this was at least one of the things that, and many of these things seems to be fungus related. And then when people eat other things that has mycotoxins or fungi and all that, it seems to... And people demonizing people eating meat is just stupid, We can all agree that the animals should have good living, what was it called in English? That they should have good living, and they mold. They actually make this poison from a mold or different kind. Anyway, like what's it called, Penicillium or something like that. Do we have a problem in regards of the? I don't know. Anyway, so they make this mold poison. And then they make it into a pill. I don't know how they do it to the animals and all that. They probably put it in the food or something like that. In the red meat, I've tried chicken, I've tried different kinds of fowls, what's called I can't remember. I've tried a couple of different fowls, and nothing works as good as red meat. I also tried fish, and red meat just have something in it. I don't know what it is. Pretty good as well. So I guess that's my my opinion on it, or whatever. And sadly, I was lured into this vegetarian way that absolutely did not help me in regards to the direction of health. I did juice fasting as well. The white coat drug dealer, whatever you want to call him, and he will say apparently, oh, everybody have floaters in their eyes. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Why didn't I have them when I was younger? Anyway, I did juice fasting. I remember, I could follow these floaters. They'll grow sugar, sugar, sugar. Oh, yeah. Feeding the fungi. So, yeah, I think a lot of health problems is fungi. And it is a problem that is pretty much overlooked because there's money. Usually I'm pretty much kind of really tired of Roman Catholics, because there's so many lies and they promote a lot of deceptions and all that. But I must say, in regards of Know the Cause, which Doug Kaufman is running, and he's a Roman papist, hopefully he will come out of it. But he has some really good programs in regards of fun things, like Christ Mass, Easter, Halloween and such things, that are promoted, and the pagan New Year and so forth. Now, of course, the rest of the world seems to follow these things as well. So, but these things are pagan. It's not biblical at all. And Sunday is not the last day of the week. Sunday is the first day of the week. But anyway, Know the Cause is a wonderful program with Doug Kaufman, which is an older man that has a lot of experience behind him. Sadly, he's a Roman papist, and hopefully he will get out of that at some point. And Romanism is not Christianity. Jesus and hundreds of years. It has made a river of blood down through history, and then they just rewrite history and make it make the whore look like a flower. Well, anyway, it's also easy to make. It's like fast food. If you have ribeyes, they're kind of expensive and all that. But if you have ribeyes, you just put it on the pan, 2 or 3 minutes on one side. Ribeyes, I have a way of sometimes forgetting the food on the pan. Really stupid, I really should have, But anyway, but ribeyes are pretty tasty. I really like ribeyes. They're pretty good. Yeah, but and fast food, pretty fast. Making food easy, I guess. But I have tried some antifungals, and I'm still trying things out. I'm making yogurt at the moment, but it seems like it's stirring things up again down there. Now I do have other things now that the meat haven't been, where it seems like some of the other things seems to make it stir things up, so yeah, it's I don't know, but again, if I just knew the things that I know now 19 years ago, who knows, I would probably have been able to turn the boat around. I remember when it came to my head, and then you began to see these floaters. I began to have these floaters in my eyes, and it's like, that was weird. And they look like Candida albicans. Isn't it interesting? Looking on the internet, you can find a lot. Well, yeah, I found a lot. And having all the symptoms and looking at Candida albicans and all that, I think it adds pretty good up, taking it a holistic thing. And yeah, so I guess, meat, water, and some salt on, to the taste on the meat, and try it out. What is it called? Try this and try that and try whatever and so forward. And instead of jumping from this and that, just take it all out and go for the meat and see if it works. If it works, you have a foundation, and then you can go from the foundation. Again, I wish I knew it. Yeah, it's really not getting better and so forth. And at the moment, I'm trying nystatin, and hopefully I can get some diflucan. But the white coat, drug dealers apparently have a problem with prescribing, hey doctor, could you prescribe some antifungals to me? Get out of my office! The devil just totally goes into these doctors apparently, and I'm not the only one. You can see on some of these forums that these people won't prescribe people antifungals. It's incredible. Huh. Wow, some antibiotic, yeah. And a vaccine. Of course, I guess it exposes the whole system if people figure out that the issues are actually just fungus related, and that the white coats are actually just, squeezing out the resources of the people. Now, in Denmark, we have the state, in some sense, paying for this system, and bullshitters, and of the medical mafia, and not actually making it available that we could go to a naturopath and have, because at least the naturopath seems to, I think it would actually pretty much, I think people would run to the net, and people would take them seriously and all that. Well, I think people would go there, right? So, yeah. So, yep. So, the meat diet, I give it a thumbs up. I'm just so sad that I didn't know about it before. There's no sugar for, fungus is loving sugar. Sugar. I think it was in regards to the mold when they make the, the antibiotic and all that. They had like this thing, they showed like a thing where they have the mold inside this vessel, and this mold, toxins from the mold, and then they sell them to you as, antibiotics. They just forget to tell you that it's actually mold poison, right? Or fungus poison. Yeah, anyway. Maybe there's not that much sale if you actually told the people the truth that, hey, you just take this, the antibiotic, kills all the good guys and promotes the growth of, the fungi and all that. Yep. Huh. Oh, what an insane system, Anyway, I have a difference, but in regards of, it seems like I just, okay, it's okay. I could eat meat the rest of my life. That wouldn't be a problem, I guess, Sadly, I made the mistake with the bakery and all that, I don't know why I did that. I have no idea why I would be so stupid, But sometimes, apparently, too stupid. Well, actually, more than sometimes, I guess. So, but yeah. The meat diet absolutely gets a thumbs up for my. So when I figured out in regards of the meat, it's like, what is it, a year ago or maybe a little more or something like that, where I began to, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, it actually worked against this issue that I had down there, and nothing else seemed to have worked. I know, and I tried so many weird things, over the times, dipping my in so many things, and nothing really have worked. But eating meat, really did, get it down on a really and just kill off the fungi that was in the body roaming around and whatever problems in the gut maybe and all that. I don't know, but I would think that might have been the case, that it could not, making things worse. And yeah, so yep, thumbs up for the meat only diet. And you also have things working for them only eating meat. And again, I still have a lot of things to test out in regards to this, but it seems like the best results that I've actually had is keeping only to the meat. Now, in regards of tallow, that was a thing. Tallow is a, there's no place you can buy tallow. You can buy swine fat, but swine fat is unclean animal according to the Bible. And I don't know if they have done anything to the fat. But how is it that we can't even get... it's like all the good food sources instead. If why are we giving all the good food sources to the animals? And then of course we have all these new oils, these chemical bullshit oils that they have, like, what is it called? They have all these oils standing on there. It's like, and I'm like, where's the tallow? Where's the natural? It's just incredible. But I can't get any tallow. That's bullshit. Utter bullshit. And I can't get any raw milk. That's utter bullshit again, And so forward, But anyway, and why I'm thinking, in regards of, destroying the food if we didn't give people, fungus poison as well and so forward. There's so many things in this crazy world that is just crazy. Well, it's just, it's a nutcase world we live in. It's an insane asylum that I live in, apparently. It's a nut house full of nutcases. And, soda pop. Lots of sugar in it, like 28 of these, cubes or whatever. as in a soda pop, have two, have three. Oh, get some sugar in that child, right? It's like incredible. Yeah, and by the way, that's one of the way they sell all the pagan traditions, based on lies and deceptions and, satanic bullshit. So anyway, but, candy, right? And yeah, anyway. Maybe we should just get back to the Bible and Judaize a little, Maybe a little more than a little. Maybe a little more than a little. Following the the Antichrist of the number 666, That's the so-called Pope, the Poop as I call him, the stinking poop, the unholy faker sitting in Rome. Well, of course, no one knows about the Antichrist anymore because no one speaks about the Antichrist. And if over the whole world as ruler, both in political and spiritual power, but of course, I guess it's of no concern to anyone, no concern to anyone because what is happening in the world? The world is gathering round the Antichrist. Protest against the Antichrist. So when the Protestants are running back to the Antichrist, how can you call them Protestants anymore? That's just bullshit. Bullshit. There's so much bullshit and blind people around. And yeah, stupidities, you get so tired of it, I guess we just have to stand for the truth and hopefully it will prevail. Of course it will prevail in the end when the so-called Pope is going to be destroyed. So, yeah, anyway, if you're Roman Catholic, get out of that system. But fungi. But you just have to be careful and eat the meat and spit out the bones, because he is a Roman Catholic as far as I understand. So hopefully he will reject that. I have to, I have read, and it's an anti-fungus diet and all that. But as he himself also says that every person is a different fingerprint, and some can handle, some would have worked at that time, might not work now because it's so much more grown. It would have been so much easier to turn the boat when the things began. If I just knew, that's just totally incompetent and misdiagnosis and mistreatment and gotta be careful with those white coats. I'll tell you that. Just because they speak a foreign language, because apparently they can't speak English or Danish or whatever. It's like when the Bible was only in. We are going for the New World Order, as they call it, which is actually just in some sense the Old World Order, and I call that's the office of the papacy that's set himself over the whole earth. The seat and I'm getting a little tired here. Anyway, I think that was all. I give a thumbs up for our food sources. Pretty much, ruined it on many levels. They got raw milk in the past, but now milk, evil. Not to be kidding me. But no, again, have a soda pop or a beer, that we also have ruined, by the way. But anyway, that's any case. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So to vegetarian, when leading me away from a food source. Anyway, that's pretty much it. And then you see people attacking people that eat meat, other people that, it's like, you have to be kidding me. Well, if it's working, for people in regards of health, more health issues. They all people have found something that works for them in regards of eating meat, and now you want to ruin that. You want to take it away from them. Yeah, that seems to be the world. Oh yeah, don't eat so much meat. Oh, and meat is dangerous and blah 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 blah. Into the and feed them feed them on natural food sources and so forth. That might have been something to do if you want to. Anyway, I was just incredible. Yeah. Anyway, so the meat diet, thumbs up. And I really regret that because things exploded on me. Yeah, I don't know why I did it. No idea why I was so stupid. Really really stupid. And I don't know if again I don't is this something I'm going to live with? What a wonderful life. Oh yeah. Anyway, if you have some issues, look into the meat diet and try it out if you feel for it. It's not going to cost you much, right? And if you're a vegetarian, just quit that bullshit and try it out. If you have health issues, you really want to keep on being a vegetarian, just if you could actually fix it with some meat. I just wish I knew this beforehand, before I got into the vegetarian, for many, many, many years before actually coming out of it. I'm not entirely sure how, or I do wonder, how did I actually get out of it? That's an interesting thought. I have no idea why I actually began eating meat again. I can't remember. When did I begin to do that? I don't know. Sure, I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah. If you have health issues, and try eating some meat and only meat, and salt and water, and see how it is, lifestyle, right? Let's just try a week or two or something like that and look how it goes, Just be aware, if you're only eating meat, you're probably not going to the toilet as many times. Because if you're only eating meat, the body have a way of actually using that meat very efficiently. And I began eating some of these things that makes the, and it was not necessary. It's just because that the body uses the meat very effectively. So what you put in seems to be a lot, and what you get out is like, oh, have I blocked myself or what? No, it's just because there's not much output. The body really really uses the meat very effective. So that's if you want some fiber, you could do an avocado. It's still only eating meat that seems to be the best of the best, but again, I would like some fiber that actually makes the toilet and all that, and avocado seems to be doing a pretty good job on that. So I'm not at the moment, I'm not doing totally only meat, but I have had my period and all that of only meat, and again, it's nice to be able to control. It's I know it will blow up again if I don't stick to it, but it's like on a 0 and a 2, it's very low, and it's very nice, and it's nice to get a break, from it. Now of course I have this explosion and all that, but anyway, that apparently doesn't seem to sadly have the same the meat diet. I'll try it out. Apparently many have and gotten good results, and I'm one of them that got pretty good results of it. Having a thing that actually that I hadn't found a solution for so many years, and yet down here, and yeah, so at least I know I can somewhat control it. It was very very nice before the explosion actually. Now I have the explosion, where I have itch all over my body, and to it's not as powerful itch as it's not as concentrated and as powerful as the other itch, it's roaming around my body. And if I can get some diflucan, maybe the diflucan will take it out. I don't know. Of course, there's 7% chances, around 7% chance that the candida is already resistant to it. But it's worth a try if I can get it. So I'm looking into places where it's incredible how you're finding something that might actually work, and you go to the white coat murderer and they just reject you in regards of antifungals. It's so interesting to behold and experience and see. It just makes total, all the puzzle pieces, how corrupt this system is. You can get nystatin for free without a recept, but you cannot get diflucan, so that's sadly. So I need to check Greece. I've heard that you can actually get it in Greece as well, but I'll have to see if I can get hold on a pharmacy in Greece and here. If they actually also if they health system have utterly failed on so many levels, well, it's not really a health system. It's actually a sickness system.